Hello, hello. It's time for Fish and Friends. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fish and Friends with Danny and Gina. And, I'm Danny, and
I'm Gina,
and we got Nathan. Stupid thing. We got Nathan over here, pointing the wrong direction because of how the camera.
It's Knifey Nathan.
Yeah. So Nathan is Gina's husband. Oh, whatever you guys are.
Basically.
Yeah. Unofficial, but whatever.
If common law was a thing in Missouri, we'd be married. So
yeah. Whatever. It's just a piece of paper. Who cares about that? So
yep.
It's a piece of paper and a very expensive party.
Yeah. And you can have the party anyway.
Right. I can have a party whenever I want.
Well, we got James H here. Just lurking away.
Hi. I said we got 4 people lurking now.
Yeah.
Hello.
I saw this the other day at Walgreens. It's a little plastic fish. It just swims like a real fish or whatever. And
I've seen those at Target. Like the whole kit that comes with the bowl and everything. And I guess that's like an add-on so you can get different types of fish.
Yeah. Well, I never saw that, but it's like water reactive or whatever. But if you just cover the 2 little black dots that are like right here on the side, it'll like start wagging its tail or whatever. But I almost thought about like putting it in the tank behind me before the live stream started to see if anybody would like notice and to see how long it would take someone to be like, well, what fish is that?
Right? There's a new fish in that tank.
Yeah.
That's funny. Hi, Craig.
Yeah. I need to redo some of these tanks. This tank is just like, it's just been sitting there. There's no fish in it or anything like that. Now, cyanobacteria is building up in there because I haven't done like anything on it.
Yeah.
But I've just gotten just kind of a little bored with all my fish tanks. It just
kind
of sucks. I've just gotten like really, really bored with it.
I feel that. I feel like I'm starting to kind of stagnate also, which sucks because I just set up that shrimp rack. But I feel like that's going to kind of revamp it once I get actual shrimp in there and start, they start cultivating more. I think I'll get more amped up and that kind of thing. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I am with all my hobbies. I start into it heavy at the very beginning until I get really into it. And then it just like that. I'm done with it.
Yeah. Like I still got my gecko up here and my tarantula, and keeping care of them is still like really nice, and it's super simple with those guys. I don't have to do any like sort of water changes really or anything like that. I mean, I do have to just make sure the waterfall doesn't run out on this. Just got to kind of fill it up every now and then. But yeah, in fact, I've gotten a little bit more interactive with the gecko because he always likes to hang out in the same spot when he knows it's feeding time, because he knows I dump the crickets in the same spot. And so now I can just like kind of open the tank and kind of look at him, and this is like, hey buddy, how you doing? And he's just staring at me. He's like, I'm ready for my crickets.
Shut up and give me my crickets, you peasant.
And now the tarantula, instead of having a web up in the corner, now she or he has made like a little spot under this like piece of like cork bark. So
Ooh.
she's got like a little web there. So like right at the front. And so it's like I'll just like open it up and just like put a cricket like right there at the front, and she'll just like reach out and just mine.
Aw. Cute.
Yeah.
So what's up with you? How's your week been?
My week has just been long, but it's been like good. It's just been long and just kind of a little, well, not necessarily just stressful, but just like long. Just
Yeah.
way to describe it. I've been working a little bit longer days because like it's the first week back from the like holiday, and so a whole bunch of people were placing orders, and a whole bunch of people were just like kind of placing random orders in there too. So I was just kind of going all over the place, but all in all, I did really good in sales this week. But it's just like really long days. And then at first, when I first started this week, this was going to be my first time having Friday off. And so it's like I started my Monday, and my boss kind of came to me. It's like, hey, we got a couple people on vacation this week. You think maybe you could run your Friday and cover somebody else's route? You know, and he's like, just kind of think about it or whatever. And so I was thinking about it. And then, you know, I kind of woke up on Monday after having a really long day. And I'm just like, you know, it's Tuesday morning. You know, I think I'm probably going to just go ahead and tell my boss that I'm just going to take that Friday off, you know? And, but sure enough, like right when I'm getting ready to leave to go to work, my boss calls me on Tuesday morning. And he's just like, hey, like Ray and Tony just called off. They're both sick or whatever. Like, do you really think, like, can you work on Friday? Like, I was like, yeah, I can work on Friday. So I ended up working yesterday and covering somebody else's route. And this is out in like Troy and Foley and Moscow Mills. And so it was, you know, like really nice kind of driving out in like the country sort of area. And I have an aunt that lives out there. So I texted my mom while I was working. And I was like, hey, well, no, I actually called my mom. I was like, hey, send me your sister's address because I can't remember what it is, but I know she lives out here in like the Troy area and stuff. And that's where I'm actually working today. So I'm going to see if I can maybe get my coworker a new customer, and I still get, you know, an additional benefit as, you know, signing up a new customer that way too. And so she sent me her address, and I ended up just going over there and giving them a book, but I didn't end up signing them up that day. But who knows, maybe they'll end up actually signing up online. My aunt's got a lot of dietary restrictions and stuff like that, so
Gotcha.
she might not have much ability to order a lot of different things. So
yeah. Silver Creek, hello.
There were so many customers that day, and it being that I was covering a sick day it was supposed to be his Monday, and I was running it on a Friday. And because we weren't running all the days of the week that he had missed, some of the other days that he had missed, people had orders, and those orders kind of fell onto me. So I had really good sales on that Friday as well. But man, I was kind of all over the place in his area, and ended up having a really long day on Friday too. And I was just like, man, I just want to go home. It's Friday. I wasn't even gonna work this day. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, just the best way to just describe my week is just it was just long. But it started out like really, really awesome because, you know, last weekend I went to the Journey and Def Leppard and Cheap Trick concert and got myself a cool t-shirt. And
Nice.
I saw the picture of you on Keishi's Facebook page.
Yeah, I sent it to you
Yeah.
on Discord.
Yeah, so it is on Discord. I can share that, can't I? Let me see. I
Should be
think
able
there's
to.
a way to share it from Discord.
Scotty! Hello, hello.
Open in the browser. There we go. And then present share. There we go. That works. There we go. So yeah. I won the tickets, and got to sit with, Josh Innes from the Josh Innes show and Scotty Gherkin from his band. What was his band called? It was crap. I'm blanking on what his band was called. They did the song "Sick Inside," and they weren't like super big or whatever. But wow, I'm just having a complete blank mind. But so yeah, they posted a picture on the Keishi. It was on Instagram and Facebook, I believe. And so there's that.
So was it fun? Was there any drama? Spill the tea.
No, there's no like drama or anything like that. Honestly, we weren't able to really talk too much because though I arrived super early and the other ticket winners got there, kind of early before the show actually started. Like we talked a little bit, but Josh and Scotty didn't get there until like I think after Cheap Trick.
Oh.
So like they kind of got there a little late. And so we weren't really able to like necessarily talk to them a whole lot, but
hey, you get to sit with us, but we're gonna miss half the show. Like,
well, there was a good excuse for it. Scott, it turns out that I didn't find out until Monday when I heard him talking about it on the radio. He had a whole bunch. All of a sudden, his dog just went like downhill, like instantly. Like they were doing like he was like his dog's name is Luther, and he was like I think 13 years old or something like that. But he was like super active and healthy, like just playing around and just doing everything, and just all of a sudden just like went downhill and just like couldn't really walk anymore, and just everything started shutting down, and like he took him to the vet thinking like, oh, he's gonna be fine and get out of this, and then all of a sudden the doctor's coming out and he's like, this is not looking good. He doesn't have much time left at all, and so they were like going to the vet and all that stuff, and so that's why they were late to the concert, even though we weren't able to really, at least I wasn't able to really communicate to that because I was like several seats over. I was all the way on the end of the aisle, and then I had the other two ticket winners there, and then Scott and his wife were the next two seats, and then Josh and his wife were the next two seats. So Josh was a good like 8 people over from me, so it didn't work out. Able to really talk to him, but we did kind of come in and take some pictures and stuff like that. The concert itself was freaking awesome. I got some pictures of that, but this is where I was sitting at. This is before the show actually started. I'm basically right behind the Cardinals dugout in row 6, but there's like 6 additional rows that are like letters. There's like row A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I, and then it starts to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And so I was probably, I guess, I don't know. Let's see, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, so that's 9 plus. It's okay. I was 15 rows behind the Cardinals dugout, and the stage itself was out in the outfield. which was a very interesting design of the concert. But it's still like really, really good view. And then I took a closer up picture of the like the jumbotron thing. And then they started projecting some stuff, and I got a cool picture of the stage with the Journey and Def Leppard picture up there on the side screens. And then Cheap Trick did come up, and I never got any pictures of Cheap Trick because I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of Cheap Trick. I mean, they did a good job, not doing them any wrong, but I didn't really get any pictures of that. And then this is when Journey was going to come up, which is the band that I really came to see. And I got a closer up picture of that too. And then this is a picture with their new lead singer, which that was just a really strange experience with him because I never looked up any videos of anything. Like, apparently the story behind this guy is that like Journey found him on YouTube. And so I assume he's been like a huge like Journey fan and more or less like emulating Steve Perry on like YouTube even for a long time. And then Journey found him and was like, "You're going to be our lead singer." Because he really was like, he was wearing an outfit very much like Steve Perry wore in like, music videos and other videos that I've seen him singing live, and kind of that sleeveless white shirt or just sleeveless shirts in general. And then and he would even like kind of move and stuff like Steve Perry would when like holding out the notes and just vocalize. He literally sounded just like Steve Perry. It was really, really strange because like I'm like hearing Steve Perry and I'm seeing this like, I don't know, 30 to 40-year-old kind of Asian looking dude with silver hair and tattoos. And he's the one whose mouth is moving, but it sounds like Steve Perry, and it's almost like he was just like lip syncing in a way, but he wasn't. And everything like Journey was just like so good. Their guitarist is amazing. And they just did a really, really good job. Their piano player too. And he also gets up and plays guitar in some songs as well. They're phenomenal, and they each kind of all had their moment to kind of do their own little kind of grooving guitar solo, and then he had his like little piano moment where he had like a really nice piano solo, and then it went into piano solo went into "Don't Stop Believing," I believe. Or maybe it was a different song that it went into. I don't remember, but it's just flowed into the song really good with the little piano solo at the beginning. And I did get like a video.
What are you doing?
And all of a sudden, at the end of that song, they added like 5 more minutes onto it. Now, I almost forgot about their drummer, too. Their drummer was absolutely incredible. And I don't remember what song it was, but there's actually a song that he led the vocals completely while he was playing the drums, too. And I didn't even know that their drummer sang. So that was really cool. And then, yeah, and one of their, like, encores, the piano player and guitars got up and he had his own like custom the Lou Cardinals jersey that was number 46, and so that was pretty sweet, and I had to get a picture of that too. And there's that picture, and then I got a video of like us doing it. And then yeah, Def Leppard, man. Now see, I've never really been a big fan of like Def Leppard or whatever, but now I am because they were freaking awesome live. And just like, oh man. I don't think I got any videos of them.
Very nice, very nice.
But man, they were just absolutely incredible. The drum, like here on the bass drum, that's actually like a projection, and so it was like changing with the songs and different stuff like that, which was really cool.
That's really cool.
And yeah, like all their guitarists, their bass player, the drummer, like all of them are just absolutely awesome. Like you can see why they're such a big band, and just the vocals were just on point. Like their sound was just incredible. The bassist actually just had like a little like attached mic to him, so he was just like pretty much singing, backing up vocals like the entire time and just moving around. And like I wish I had that sort of microphone when I was, in a band and doing stage stuff, because that would have been so much easier than having to go and try to line up with another microphone and all that.
Yeah.
Like, man, they were just like really, really good. And yep, I had a hard time with how fast the screens were changing and stuff, but I got a picture of their drummer when he was like rocking out with his one arm, and they did show some angles and stuff of his feet as well, where you can see that he was actually, well, the one, he plays barefoot, and then he's got like not just the two bass pedals and also the like a hi-hat pedal. He's got like 2 or 3 other pedals as well, and so he's just got a whole bunch of other pedals he uses to do, like, I guess the hi-hat and an additional snare, or like tom and some other stuff too, to where like he does like crazy awesome drum rolls and stuff with his one arm and his feet and all that stuff. I'm not quite sure exactly how it all works, but when he went through the accident and he lost his arm, a lot of people would just give up, and he was just like, no, he just loved drumming so much that he rigged his drum set up to where he could keep doing what he was doing with one arm, and it's just amazing. And yeah, all of their vocals and everything were on point. Just really good show. And there's another picture of the drummer as well. And yeah, that was the last picture. See, I didn't get any videos of them because by that point I was just enjoying the show way too much. So, but the guy next to me, man, the other ticket winner and his wife, like his name was Tommy, and he was just like friggin' Instagram and Facebooking it up, saying, oh, I'm just like, wow. But all right, let's see. Oh,
Yes,
Sky
we got
the Fish Freak. Well,
We got some catching up to do.
bye. Yeah. Glad you enjoyed the concert day. A great experience. Well, thank you, Daniel Velez. Glad you're here. How's it going, John Oliver? Guppies and Aquatics. What's up? What's up?
Hello.
Select Pet. What's up? Big Steve. How's it going? All right, let's see. Yeah. Silver Creek is here swimming, listening. And Vibes Aquatics is here as well. Nano Aquarium Guy. Is that Journey? I love Steve Perry Journey, not the karaoke new Journey. Sorry, 62-year-old comment. And that's kind of how I feel about it. Honestly, it's just a little strange. Like, yeah, it's just a little strange. I wouldn't necessarily call it karaoke journey, but it's just like, yeah, he really does sound like Steve Perry, but it's not Steve Perry. And it's like, I almost wish he would just like kind of sound like Steve Perry, but more or less be his own person, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, Neil is a fantastic guitarist.
Juanita, hello.
I hope it sounded better in person. Sounds like crap to YouTube. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, at the tail end of that, I realized I was like, oh crap, I'm not going through my webcam. I hope it's not picking up the TV right behind it, like my monitor. So I did mute like halfway through. So I don't know if it helped at all, but
the sound, honestly, like that was the first time I like listened to the video or whatever too. So it sounded not the greatest through my phone anyway. And from that distance, there was a little bit of reverb and stuff and some different stuff going on. So it sounded a little bit better in person, but depending on like the angle I turned my head, there's certain like tunnels within the stadium that would reverberate the sound in a slight delay. And it almost would sound like there was another band playing while the concert was going on. And I had heard that sort of thing before. And I was just like, what's going on with that? And it's just the way that, Busch Stadium is not set up for concerts.
no.
It's set up for ball games.
Yeah.
And so it's just, it is what it is.
That's why I thought it was strange it wasn't at like the amphitheater. Maybe because does the amphitheater just not hold as many people?
Yeah. Right. And they're doing a stadium tour to celebrate the 40th or 45th anniversary of Pyromania.
Well,
Def Leppard's album.
The Dome is still technically a stadium. Like under the Dome.
But even the Dome is not really set up for concerts. Like Metallica, like the videos I played of Metallica, you could hear the sound was better, but it's definitely not like the best as it would be at an actual like concert place.
Yeah.
Like that's why I really like to see bands in like smaller venues too. Like the Factory has fantastic sound. The Pageant tends to have really good sound, though you risk getting your car broken into if you drive. So when I go see Guar at the Pageant in September with the other tickets I won from KG95, I'm going to be taking the Metrolink down there as well, because I took the Metrolink down this time, and man, it was so much better than trying to drive.
Yeah.
And especially because I think it was like $50 to park at the stadium, and probably really expensive to park anywhere close to it as well.
There's a desk there.
But man, but that's why I like the sound for Def Leppard was much better than Journey, and Journey's sound was much better than Cheap Trick, and it's like the sound was just getting better throughout the night. And but that's why it's like, Def Leppard, I didn't get any videos of them because I was just enjoying it because the sound was actually a lot better. And but yeah, just all around good stuff. Indoor concerts are better sound, outdoor concerts are more fun because of the space and yeah. And I was glad it wasn't too hot. But I did drink a couple margaritas, and I got some food too. So even though my tickets were free, I probably spent almost $100 to not a little bit over $100.
Yeah.
Because each of my margaritas were $18.99 plus tax.
Oh, jeez.
How big were they?
It was the mason jar.
Oh,
Oh, that's lame. So freaking lame.
Yep. And then I've got a bratwurst and some chicken strips, and that together cost probably about $20 as well. So,
crazy.
yeah. So I didn't tip anybody that much.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And then what's funny is because I went back to like buy margaritas like 2 or 3 times, or 3 times, I think. I think I had maybe 4 margaritas, at least 3. My card, like my MasterCard app and different stuff or whatever, it messaged me like a couple days later, and it's like, did you get double charged at Busch Stadium? And it's like, nope, I just drank multiple times.
Yeah. Nope, I went back for more for this way overpriced margarita.
Yep.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Saw Journey in concert. Was the best concert I ever went to. Played for 6 hours. Well, holy crap.
It's a long time.
Def Leppard was the bomb, Pyroman. Def Leppard is the bomb. They're still awesome, man. Now they got me singing Def Leppard songs at karaoke.
There you go. Well, my week was boring compared to yours. I just worked. So, yeah, Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Oh my gosh. Wednesday, I did another overnight inventory. That's why I didn't stream. I went to the a store in South County, except I didn't pay attention to Google before I just like typed in the store and hit go. It took me straight through downtown. It was not fun. Between, like 5 o'clock, straight through downtown. Like I literally right by the arch, right by the dome. Like, hi, wasn't expecting to see you today, Mr. Arch. Yeah. So on the way back, I definitely took the longer route because 1 a.m. I'm not driving through downtown.
No.
Even on the interstate.
I've done that before. It's not fun.
No.
Rankin is where I went to college, and it's middle of downtown.
Yeah.
And it was not fun driving around there at night.
See, I hate everything driving downtown. Anything downtown, no. I hate the whole experience. I hate one-way streets. I hate everything with that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've seen like people comment or whatever. It's just like, I don't understand why people hate people so much. It's like, I just hate cities. It's not necessarily about the people or anything like that. It's just literally the organizations of cities and one-way streets and traffic, and it's just awful. I hate it.
Yeah.
You gotta walk downtown. Exactly.
I'm not walking downtown.
I'd say that's also dangerous to walk downtown.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think of the two, I would rather drive downtown than walk downtown.
Yeah, I'll drive before I walk.
Well, see, that's what was funny is
crowds.
Yeah.
I rode the Metrolink, which I feel like was a much better option than trying to drive down there.
Yeah.
And whereas my co-parts, the other ticket winners, they're like, "Oh, you rode Metrolink? Well, that's brave." I'm just like,
see, we've been.
I'm like, what's brave around riding the Metrolink?
Right. So before the Rams left St. Louis, we went to a couple football games and we took the Metro. I've never had a problem with the Metro.
Yeah, me and my dad used to always take the Metro whenever we go downtown. Yeah, it's a lot easier, and where you park is better, safer for your vehicles usually.
I parked right next to a police station.
Yeah.
And friggin' just was at the Metrolink, and it cost $5. $5.
Mm-hmm.
both there for like an all-day pass where I can go wherever I want with MetroLink, both on the train and the buses or whatever, That is so much cheaper than trying to drive down there and spend the gas to both get down there and back and have to pay for parking and all that other stuff. Like, nah.
Yeah. Richard Reynolds, hello.
We got some other people. Dixon Designs, what's up?
June says there's a street here that if I was on fire, I would not stop.
Yeah. There was one street that, I don't remember. Yeah, I think we were trying to go downtown actually, and from like where I grew up area, and my mom didn't want to go the highway, so she just ended up looking like at like alternate directions, and it ended up like taking us through like Pagedale and like straight up like through the bad area of Page as it keeps going. But that was the only time I remember my mom saying like, lock the doors and keep the windows up. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
To get to Rankin, I took Page every single time. 170 to Page. 170 to Page up to Rankin. It was that was fun at night.
Oh man.
Daniel says, I'm originally from the Bronx. Driving in New York City was an experience. I love taking friends from out of town.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that was something I had to do as well. Like when I took a week of leave before we shipped out of New Jersey to go to Iraq when I was in the Army. My sister was living in Long Island, New York at the time with her husband because that's where his first calling was as a pastor. And so they drove into New Jersey to pick me up and we drove back to New York. And then on the way back, we decided we had already like pre-planned that we were going to take a detour and drive through Manhattan and drive past Ground Zero and all that stuff on the way back. And so we left an extra 2 hours early just to make sure we would have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
Because, I just never again. There's signs posted everywhere that say no honking. And all you hear is it's like,
yeah.
What's the point of having the signs if nobody follows the rules?
It was an attempt. But yeah, and then I was off Tuesday, Thursday, and then Friday I was at our local Petco helping out at that store. So I wasn't at my store Tuesday through Friday. So today was my first day back since Monday at my store. So I had a whole pile of paperwork to go through and prepping payroll tomorrow and all that stuff.
I worked on Wall Street during 9/11. Wow.
But yeah, other than that, I didn't really buy anything. We didn't even grocery shop this week.
We went out to eat Tuesday for my dad's birthday.
Yeah, it was his dad's birthday Tuesday night.
Nice.
Nathan bought a knife.
I bought two.
You bought 2 knives?
Technically, I bought them last week. But
When I was out in Troy working yesterday, I bought the best Taco Bell I've ever had.
Oh.
Because those the people out there, like, they care about their jobs and stuff like that, and they make them some good food, man. Like, holy cow. I was kind of eating it awkwardly and stuff while I'm driving, but I was just like, holy crap, this is the best Taco Bell ever.
Good to know.
There was just like a pile of cheese on my gordita. Like so much cheese.
You know what
on
that
my
means? That cheese was about to go bad, so they had to use it all before they just threw it out.
You know, I'm fine with that because there's just so much. It was amazing.
They had to get through. Somebody accidentally double ordered cheese that week. They had to get through it.
Yeah. Or maybe they wanted to show that they did listen to me and put light lettuce, and so they put extra cheese to fill the
There you go.
space. Like,
There you go.
oh man, it was just so good.
Now I want Taco Bell. Damn you, Danny.
I almost suggested that yesterday
Ah.
instead of
Panda.
Panda.
I had Panda twice yesterday. I had Panda for lunch, and then he texted me like an hour before my shift ended. He's like, "Do you want to get Panda on the way home?" I was like, "I'll have it twice in one day. That's fine."
I like Panda Express.
Yeah.
We got one really close to us too.
Yeah. Literally same parking lot as Petco. That's why it's so easy to just
Oh,
right
there's,
over there.
there's another one that's just as close to me, but further down Lindbergh, near
Oh yeah.
Pet Supplies Plus now.
I always forget about that one. Yep.
It's not in the same area, but not in the same parking lot, but in the same vicinity.
Yeah. But yeah, not really.
They took down the what was it? The wraps and bowls, or bowls and wraps.
Oh, Crazy Bowls and Wraps. Yeah.
Crazy Bowls and Wraps. Yeah, that place is gone.
Yeah.
I guess it didn't do very well.
Which is
The only
really
time I've ever had Crazy Bowls and Wraps was when I used to work at Target, and they had like ordered it for us one day, and all I remember was the wrap was huge, so I got like super excited, and then I bit into it, and it was just mostly bland rice, and I'm just like, oh, that's
Yeah.
It's probably why they closed.
Yeah.
I used to get it. Oh, when I worked at the cookie store, because there was one within walking distance. There was like a few doors down.
Is this the one that was next to Mattingly's?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just about to say, it's funny because last time we went to Mattingly's, which was right next to it, he was worried that Mattingly's was like being renovated or something.
Every time I go there after they tore that building down, it's had the fence around it. So you pull up and you see the fence. It's like, where's Matt?
No, man.
Oh wait, no, that's there.
Oh, there's Nathan Hovey. Hello, fishy friends. Nathan, Gina. I haven't forgotten about writing y'all for an address for the knife. Okay. Good to know. He just asked me yesterday. He's like, "Did FishFam Nathan ever email you?" I was like, "No, not yet." But I'm like,
I said I'm not worried. I mean, it's whatever. I just was curious.
yeah, it's an email I don't normally check on the regular, so he was just reminding me.
And then who was it talking about the XOU?
Let me go up. There we go.
Big Steve, yeah.
Riot XOU.
That's what it is. Yeah, I saw it.
We see you, Big Steve.
Yep. It's one I still want, but
Well, there you go. You could borrow Big Steve's and see if you like it before you buy one.
I would buy one anyway, and if I didn't like it, I'd just sell it.
That's true. But yeah.
I like knives too, but I'm not like going to shows actively or anything like that right now.
There's one coming up this weekend.
Oh, there is.
This coming weekend. This
Where
is
at?
Washington, Missouri.
Oh, in Washington.
Yep. So this is Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight. I got it. They had it on sale 4th of July. It's got Rex 45 steel, which is non-stainless. I did the acid etch and tumbling on that, and then my edge on it.
Yeah, so it was like a shiny normal blade, and he did the treatment to make it all worn looking.
And then this is the other one I got.
Nice
This is the one I went for at Blade Show, and they wound up not selling them there. They had one to show, but they weren't selling them. and it's the button lock, and it's an integral, so it's all one piece of titanium.
Yeah, that's nice.
One screw in the front, and then so it's really just one screw holding it
Glass
together.
punch in the back.
No, it's a screw holding the clip on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's got a brass bolster there. Yeah, I'm real happy with
You
that.
could use the bolster as a glass punch.
You use the whole thing as a glass punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very excited. He texted me with the picture of the knife, and he goes, "I got it!"
Yeah, they finally finished their pre-orders. They filled their pre-orders, so they're like, "Hey, this Friday we're having a drop, and it'll be up at this time." And I was right on time, and I wound up getting the one I wanted, so quite happy with it. Thanks.
Excuse me.
That's a happy puppy.
Sorry. Juanita says hi. Richard Reynolds says hi.
Hi.
I'm bad at emailing people. I've never used emails before FishFam, so I don't think about it.
It's all good.
I made a note though, so it'll happen. See, what do you mean you don't? How old is Nathan Hobby?
I think he's a little bit older than us. I don't think. I mean, just a little bit.
I mean, I never used emails a lot, but when I was a kid, I did. Like, that was like the only form of like online communication. Emails and chat rooms. Like,
I didn't really start anything as far as emails or social media or anything until I hit college.
Yeah.
It was just so I could talk with my future then roommate.
I had AOL as a kid, you know.
Nathan Hovey says he's 44. So yeah, just a little bit older than us.
Yeah. Oh. Gotta get this old man's going to bed. I'm working on redoing my name tank. I'll be posting pics of it on Facebook and Instagram soon. It will include a pic with your Xmas Santa in it. Good night.
Aw, nice.
Did I ever get a Christmas Santa picture from King of the Lens? I think I did. Gotta double check.
We'll have to scroll up in our chat.
Because I still have a plan for those.
Yeah. He says, I wasn't big on technology stuff growing up. I was more worried about running wild in the streets, being a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Fair.
I was a bit of a computer nerd as a kid. Like, I kept trying to make my computer to be able to run higher quality video games and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
so I could never afford to actually buy like a gaming computer. I just kept trying to upgrade my cheap little computer by putting video cards and stuff in there.
Well, he's about 10 years older than us, so you have to think it was right at that transition from like kids being outside all day to that big technology boom that we experienced. So
yeah, I did get a lot of outside time too.
Yeah,
I was a little bit younger when I first got that technology stuff.
I say for us, it was outside starting off, and then
like our teenage years is when technology
kind of formed over into inside.
Like middle school to high school age is whenever technology boomed.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
You coming back up?
He's back. Hello. Oh my gosh. Hello. Just flop over. Link to Mud Puddle Simulator. Hi, Steven.
I just now saw the private chat.
Hi, Steven.
And I
So
don't
in
care.
stream last night, we were talking about like, have you ever touched grass or kind of similar conversation. I made the joke of Mud Puddle Simulator.
Oh,
I remember mud puddles when I was a kid.
yeah. Man, some of those simulator games, it just blows my mind how popular they are. Like those farming simulator games where people just drive farming equipment around all day and
He
stuff.
loves Farm Simulator.
Yeah,
He loves
I've
it.
never played it, but I
played
just
the shit.
don't understand.
It's a very easy game to play, and it's very easy to get just completely engrossed.
Zoned in it.
So if you're very
I do kind of understand that because, like, here I am still, like, playing Fallout Shelter every single day on my phone and my Xbox. I got 2 different shelters going at the same time.
so yeah,
like,
if you
And it's just the easy, stupid game that's just, like, waste my time.
yeah. So
And they've got all these different tractors, and everything has movable parts that you can mess with, and it's
Yeah.
cool.
So if
I
you're
like it.
if you're very much into games that like you have a task or a goal to work towards, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because there is a time where you like max out everything. You're like, okay, I'm gonna start a new file or I'm gonna put this down for a little bit.
Yeah, once you start figuring out how to make all the money, then it gets to be like, okay, well, I got all this money, and now I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing. I think it's kind of why I haven't played for a while, because I also know how to cheat and get money in it now.
Yeah.
So of course I do it, and I get tired of it quicker.
Growing up, I was told 15 minutes after waking up to get the hell out of the house and don't come back until the street lights come on.
Yep. Yep.
Mine was a little bit different, but I would be outside most of the time, working in the garden, just playing around, doing whatever stuff. I had a decent sized backyard and stuff growing up, and a nice long driveway that I could actually ride my bike up and down my driveway and not even have to worry about riding my bike into the street a lot of the time. And we would go on what we would call bike rides, where we would actually take our bikes out of the driveway and go down the street and maybe do a couple blocks and circle back and whatever else.
Your Steam account. I don't know what your password is. It reminded me that I've been meaning to play some games on Steam on the computer, but it's his account and I don't have his passwords. It reminded me, I'm like, log in right now.
There's Mickey. He's a little late. Hi, everyone. Waking up in the middle of the night here. Well, that's probably why you're a little late. So, Danny, when or how was the Def Leppard concert? If you rewind back to the beginning, maybe fast forward like 5 minutes in or something like that, I go straight into talking about the concert after a few things. Well, you could probably skip 15 minutes in, and then it's into the concert. And 10 minutes. Skip 10 minutes in, and then it's into the concert. And I talk all about that stuff. But man, it was just awesome. Def Leppard was the best part of the concert, honestly, even though I went to go see Journey and I got myself a cool Journey shirt, stadium tour, really sweet. It's got all the dates and stuff on the back too. But the reason I picked this shirt was actually because it had this, there we go, it's kind of coming through, but it had this kind of acid wash sort of like pattern in it versus just being a solid black shirt or any of the other stuff.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I need to go to the bathroom, so y'all have fun talking.
Oh, okay. But I show a bunch of pictures and all that stuff of the concert too, and I even have a couple videos of Journey. But I don't have any videos of Def Leppard because when Def Leppard was on, I was just enjoying the show so much that I wasn't taking any videos. And they were just really, really good. All their vocals were on point, harmonies on point, guitars, both of them, and the bass players, just their skills was great. The drummer with the one arm was just awesome. And they even had one point where it was just the lead singer and his acoustic guitar, and he played an acoustic version of I can't remember what song, but it was just really awesome and great show. You know, those stories our grandparents told us about how they walked to school uphill both ways. Well, I have an actual true story about that. Hysteria? No, it wasn't acoustic. Hysteria was awesome. They did the Love Bites was a great song too, but no, it wasn't an acoustic version of that. But dude, they played all the hits from Pyromania, because that's what this concert tour is about, is the 45th anniversary of Pyromania, I believe, or maybe the 40th, even though it's actually 41 years or something. I don't remember, but Photograph. I don't remember that. I really don't remember. But it's a great show. Back in Michigan, I was probably 6 or 7 years old. We went for a family bike ride and was going uphill, and at the top was a cross street with a hill on the other side, so uphill both ways. Yep. Yeah. What's important is that I had a great time. Yeah, dude, it was a great show. And if you go to the KC95 Facebook or Instagram, you can see a picture of me and the other concert winner, or the other concert ticket winner, and Josh Innes, the host of the afternoon DJ on KC95. I may or may not have bought that tape when it was first released. I like that.
You know
Bought
what's
that
funny?
tape.
I know we're talking about like cassettes and that older stuff, but
Oh my god. Yeah, cassettes.
I borrowed a movie from a coworker, like a DVD, and we put it in the PlayStation to watch it. And I don't know how I've already forgotten about them, but the menu screen. Remember how DVDs have a menu screen that are sometimes interactive? They
Yeah.
came up and I'm like, we're so used to like the streaming services now where you just click the movie and it just plays. Like menu screens. I was like, oh my god, now this it got
But
me
you
all
forgot
nostalgic,
about
you know?
menu screens.
Right. Well, for like movies specifically, like remember how like Harry Potter had like a really interactive one, and like
Oh
it
yeah.
just, I was just like, I forgot about them, and it gave me such a nostalgic feeling, even though it wasn't that long ago. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. Moral of the story is look. Oh wait. I was looking left, and on the other side was another kid looking right, and we smashed into each other, breaking my nose, and he split his head and had a concussion. More of the story is look both ways when traveling uphill both ways. Yeah. Yeah. I miss when DVDs and stuff had like more interactive
Mhm.
ones and stuff. versus just a simple like play menu, like adjust audio, subtitles or no subtitles.
Right. It was fun. And then, yeah, some of the Harry Potter ones had like games and like little mini games that you could play. I was like, oh my god, I totally forgot about him.
Right.
And it just gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling. If anybody's wondering, the movie was Monkey Bone and it was weird as fuck.
It was fucking weird.
Monkey Bone?
Yeah, Monkey Bone.
That was
With, who's the guy who played George of the Jungle?
Brendan Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan Fraser, yeah.
Yep, him. It was, I mean, he played another, like, monkey man. So, he's really good at playing a monkey man.
I mean, he did good.
A 2001 film. Monkey Bone. Wait a minute. No, I've never seen this. I don't.
Yeah,
think, but
I never.
It's just seeing a young Brendan Fraser looks familiar.
Yeah. They say it was funny.
Is it like a claymation monkey on his shoulder or something?
So yes, so I think some of the animators that did like Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff worked on that. Because it had a very similar vibe, like the alternative world. But there was a lot of puppeteering also. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird looking movie.
It's a weird movie. Yeah, it's not
apparently Rose McGowan thinks that the movie could have been so much better.
Yeah. It's not on any streaming service, so that's why she's like, wait, I have it. I can just let you borrow it. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad we did not pay to rent it. I would have been pissed. So, yeah.
Well, it did come out in 2001 as well. And that's not the best year for movies.
Yeah.
Gosh, I was hanging out over at a friend's house, like probably, a couple years ago, year and a half, whatever. Time's not really that important, but we were just like flipping through channels, bored, like what's on, and he had like I don't know, the AT&T Uverse or whatever, where there's like all the different channels and all that stuff, and so we're just flipping, and it's like, oh, like there's like the Mighty Ducks, and so we go to the Mighty Ducks, and it's just like, holy crap, this is some cheesy, like, bad acting. Like, I forgot how bad acting was back in the day. Like,
Yes.
Oh my god! Like, the writing was bad too, and stuff. Like, yeah. Like, those are the movies that it's like, I grew up on the Mighty Ducks. I probably saw it a million times, and now that I'm seeing it 20 years later, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm looking through games on Steam. I'm looking at the top 100, and there's a game called Banana. That's all it's called, is Banana. It's free to play.
And it's ranked number 2.
It's ranked number 2. What the heck is this game? Banana is a clicker game in which you click a banana. In Banana, you click the banana to gain even more bananas. Every 3 and 18 hours, you drop the banana. Each banana is also made by the community in Discord. Hang out with us, and let's grow into something awesome. What the heck?
Okay.
Oh, you like
everything is a banana, and you poke the banana.
You like design different bananas, I guess. I don't understand.
What up, Ian?
Ian. That's weird. Anyway, I was searching to see if there was like a mud puddle simulator. There's
Oh.
a what was that?
There are definitely
Mud-
some weird
Mud
games out there.
Yeah, there's Mud Runner, which is like a monster truck game.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. More like a kind of like a logging truck type thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I actually have it.
Oh, you do.
I
You have it on the
Snow-
PlayStation.
Snow Runner.
Snow Runner.
Oh, Snow Runner.
Yeah.
I got it because my nephew has it. Caden liked playing
Oh, he did.
Oh, there was a couple things that I bought.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do the little cutscene thing or whatever because I didn't like go anywhere and do it. But I almost forgot about some other things too. So I'm gonna rewind all the way back to last Saturday before the concert. So, because I forgot, like, we haven't streamed since the 4th of July, like, before the 4th of July. So, like, I took deviled duck eggs out to my aunt's house for the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody loved them. It was great. But my cousin was there, and he was talking about this this board game that he had that like a family friend had helped develop, and my cousin Rachel had also like written some poems and stuff like that for the lore part of the game. So it's like that's really, really cool. And so he just had this game that's just these big old boxes that he just never really played, and he just didn't really want it anymore because it was taking up space. And so it's just like he was kind of talking to one of the other people there about it. It's just like, so I opened my wallet and I was just like, I got $45. I'm like, I'll give you $45 for it.
There you go.
And he's like, okay. And he's like, I don't have it here right now, but like we can, work it out sometime. Then he was also talking about how he had a Halo version of the game Risk. And so I got that from him too for an additional $30. And the Halo version of Risk is really, really awesome. I opened it up and checked it out already. I used to be a really big Halo fan. I'm not a huge fan of their newest games. I haven't even played the latest one at all. But it's mainly just because I was super into the campaign and the story behind the whole thing. And the last couple of games just like they really screwed with the lore of the game that in a way that I didn't really agree with, and so I just don't play them so much anymore. And the multiplayer just became so much like the same way as Call of Duty as well. It's like I used to like Halo and Call of Duty because they were similar but very different, and nowadays they're almost the exact same game multiplayer wise, and I don't play either of them. If I'm gonna play a first person shooter multiplayer game, I'm gonna play like Battlefield or something like that because it's like super realistic. But not so much about the board game was it's like Thunderstone Quest, and it's like these 2 giant boxes, and I ended up giving it to another friend of mine that just like loves board games, and they're the ones that host game nights and stuff all the time. Like I've missed live streams because of game nights at this friend's house, so I gave them that, and I kept the Halo version of Risk. And man, they integrated Halo into Risk perfectly. How it's like you have this really long map that would be like the ring, or if you flip the board over, it's like 2 smaller maps that you can like combine in different ways, and using like Halo Forge, which is like the map creator part of the game. And then the as far as the characters go, you have the two factions of the alien race, you have 2 factions of the human race, and then you have like 1 extra large faction of the Flood alien race, which is like in this like infection thing or whatever in the lore, and so there's several different versions of the game where you can play like the standard risk, which is just like conquer. You can win by killing everybody and controlling all territories, or you can like integrate some like Halo like campaign goals that you can do, and if you complete so many different tasks, you can win in that sort of way. Or there's also like where you have the humans and a team, and you have the alien covenant on a team, and then those teams are like all against the one person who controls the bigger team of the flood and all that stuff. So you can have up to 5 people play, where I think standard risk is like 2 to 6 players or something like that. So they integrated it really well, and so I'm really happy to have that, and I hope somebody likes to play Risk, because I want to play some Risk now.
Yeah.
I'm selling in Skipper's auction, so depending on how that goes will determine if I buy any of them.
Some on filters.
Oh.
Yeah. What does chat want to talk about? Chat is quiet.
But when my cousin came over on Saturday before the concert to bring me those games, I was out watering my plants, and I was out in the front yard, and when I was done, I was trying to go turn off the spigot, and the spigot, like, something happened or whatever to where it wouldn't turn off. And I tried to like open it up and close it back up, and it just wouldn't turn off. And the hose that was connected to the spigot has like a couple leaks in it, which is just like I didn't really care so much, because while I'm watering one area of my yard, the little spraying stuff is watering another area of my yard. It is what it is. And but being that I couldn't turn off the spigot, I needed to change the hose. And because I have no idea where the shutoff valve in my house is for that spigot, I don't think there is one. I might have to completely shut off the water from my house and to remove that spigot and get it replaced. So I've been getting in contact with the plumber through my dad, because my dad was wanting to replace his spigots outside of his house too. So it's like he's gonna talk to his plumber to see if he can get like a bundle package, and we can both save some money that way with the plumber. But in the meantime, I had to do some quick thinking, because it's just like I can't have this water just spraying all over the place constantly. So I had to go to my backyard to get my other hose that is good and sealed up and doesn't have any leaks. And so then it's like I had to like disconnect that hose, and my first instinct was like disconnect the hose and put the spray nozzle on, and because then the spray nozzle will screw on, and that'll seal it, and that'll be good for for the time being. At least water's not going everywhere. But I couldn't get the spray nozzle to screw on, so I'm just getting sprayed with water all over the place, getting completely soaked, and then I run to the backyard and grab the hose and try to hook that up, and then I'm hooking the spray nozzle onto that. And as I'm like taking up the hose and screwing on the spray nozzle on there, that's when my cousin pulls up with the games. And he gets out of the car and is like, working hard? And I'm like, oh man, because I'm just like completely soaked. Luckily, this is, an hour and a half, 2 hours still before I was going to actually leave to go to the concert. So I had time to dry off, because I was already like in the outfit and stuff I wanted to wear. And, oh man. But yeah, don't know where the shutoff valve for that crap is. There's only one area where it would be because it's not in any of the bedrooms or any of the closets. And so it would because I don't have a basement, so the shutoff valve would only be in this little like center utility room that has my furnace and my RODI machine, my laundry, my washer and dryer, and like all that stuff, and my circuit breaker. Like that's where all the plumbing and stuff appears to be. Other than the shut-off valves for like the kitchen and the bathroom, those are actually like under the sinks where they should be, and under the toilet, where that one should be. But I'm just like looking back there, and I just see like copper tubing, and there's a couple different like 90-degree type shut-off valves, and I'm just like, I have no idea which of these is water, which of these is gas, and whatever else. Like, I am not like a plumber or an electrician or anything like that by any sort of way, and I don't have any of the like schematics for my house to understand which tube is which. So I'm just like, crap, like I don't know what to do right now. So for a week now, I've just had that hose sitting plugged in, and the water has just not been able to be turned on because it's like welded on. So it's not like I can just unscrew the sprocket or the spigot or whatever and screw another one back on with water spraying and trying to use like friggin' thread tape and all that stuff while getting soaked with water and do all that. Like, so yeah, I just had to like reach out and like get a plumber, and we'll have to get this figured out. But my dad still hasn't gotten back to me about the plumber, and apparently this plumber like is really busy, and you just text him and then he gets back to you in a couple days or something like that, is what my dad said. So I haven't heard anything about it. Let's talk about fertilizers. What's y'all's opinion on store-bought liquid API, CChem, etc. over dry fertilizer you mix yourself?
I don't have an opinion because I've only ever used the store-bought liquid. Like I don't have experience with the dry stuff that you mix yourself.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't have any experience with dry fertilizer. I've only ever used the store-bought stuff. I know the CChem crap is literally just crap. Like, don't use that. It's not like
except I know a lot of people really like root tabs.
Well, yeah, the root tabs are fairly good.
Yeah. Oh, so I guess I am. I guess I do have.
You can also make your own root tabs.
Yeah.
Just get some vegan gel tabs. You can get the clear ones if you want. I just wanted to get the purpley red ones that were dyed with beet juice because I thought it'd be fun to have colored ones and maybe, be able to sell them in an online store or something like that. But
wouldn't root tabs count as a dry fertilizer? I just realized.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe I do have a little bit of experience, but that's the only one I've used.
I also have just used, Father Fish's dry soil stuff or whatever. That's a soil fertilizer. And it's technically dry until you get it wet. So I don't know. I've never really done high tech over a long period of time to do a lot of stuff with fertilizers.
Yeah, same. I also don't have like high tech planted tanks, so I just don't put that much effort into it.
Do you ever I don't know, do any like corals or whatever require any sort of like fertilizers, or is it just like food?
So yeah, I mean, essentially the food is kind of like a fertilizer because the corals themselves are animals. It's the
Yeah.
zooxanthellae belly algae that they host that would be like the plant.
Right. So do you
the-
ever try to feed the algae itself?
So that's just that's making sure that you have nitrates and phosphates in the tank, so that algae has something to feed off of.
Right. So
Yeah.
do you ever like fertilize with nitrates and phosphates or
Yeah,
whatever?
you can dose. Yeah, you can dose. You can dose phosphates and nitrates.
Yeah.
No, I think Ian had to for a little bit. I think it was Ian.
And see, like I've never even like remineralized my RODI water. I just sometimes top off with RODI, and then sometimes I'll just cut my tap water with RODI water to make it not so minerally. So I don't even have any experience with that. So we are simple fish keepers here in the Fish and Friends community.
I used dry ferts in my CO2 tank, Ian said. I had to dose nitrates and phosphates for a little bit. Now I just feed fish food. Yep.
There you go.
Well, I guess I did start using the new Petco, the CO2 tabs. So far that's doing well. I have to replace them like once a week. I do notice that my hair algae starts to go a little crazy whenever I go a little over a week. It's starting to go crazy now. I need to add more CO2 tabs in there, but I think I've been using the Aqueon fertilizer.
So those CO2 tabs are working.
So far, yeah. I say I do notice a difference.
That's interesting. Because I've seen a lot of different like YouTubers out there like testing various different CO2 tabs. And it seems like a lot of them are just like it's not real or whatever. So
Yeah. So this one's unique because it goes in a chamber, so it dissolves and it catches the CO2 and then it slowly, releases it from that. Yeah, so it's not just dissolving and then immediately going away.
right. Because I think that was the big thing too is that compared to injected CO2 or whatever, it's not the same. And even the system that you have is not going to be comparable to injected CO2.
No, that's why I said it's not high tech. It's definitely very low tech, but
yeah. It's
And
kind of the same as like putting a soda bottle, full of CO2 upside down in a tank and just having the passive CO2.
Yeah.
So it adds a teeny tiny bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have API, C-Chem, Lane liquid, and a dry kit that I'm comparing, so I'm only using the C-Chem in one small cube just in case it really sucks. I was going to do 3 tanks exactly the same, but 86 that. Yeah. The C-Chem, like, it doesn't really just, like, I don't know. It just... I don't really feel like it really did too much.
Right. Oh my gosh, baby girl, what are you doing?
But then again,
freaking room. Holy shit.
I always used C-Chem in like more of a low-tech sort of setup.
You can't see her.
So it was probably just doing enough to keep the plants kind of alive or whatever, not just like, giving them the crazy nutrients they need for a high-tech system where they're growing super hardcore. Like, I was putting it in a tank mostly full of Java fern and all that too. So
yeah. See Kim is water in a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I run out of the stuff I have, I might try like some of the different ones that FishFam using, either whether it be co-op or what was that? Easy Green, or is that the co-op one?
That's the aquarium co-op one. It's Easy
Okay.
Green.
And then there's
And
other ones.
I personally don't really recommend Easy Green, but that was just because of my experience. Because I had a really awesome tank going, and then it's like, all right, I guess it's time to start adding some fertilizer. So I went with the Easy Green, and then all of a sudden I had blackbeard algae come up out of nowhere, and it took over my tank. So it could have already been other things or whatever, but it wasn't until I started using Easy Green in that tank. And
Yeah. Nylock G says Ian. Okay, I'll have to look into that. And that's the other thing. I'll probably just start messaging people. Like, I'll message Steven, I'll message Kelly, I'll message Ian, some other plant people. I'll be like, hey, what liquid farts do you use? What farts do you use?
Liquid farts.
Liquid farts. What liquid farts do you use for your tank?
I did take a picture of my my pond fishies on the 4th of July.
Fishies.
There's so many little mosquito fish in there now. Like, it's ridiculous. You can't see them in any of the pictures. You might be able to see them if I took like a video of the pond, like kind of close up or whatever. But I bought 12, and all of those, probably most of them were females. I feel like, because there's just so many babies in there, and some of the babies have gotten to be decent sized now. It's just like everywhere you look, if you look on like the borders of the pond and stuff, there's just a whole bunch of little fish swimming around and all that stuff. And then you get to see the main big 4 fish swimming. I'm really enjoying my pond for sure. And the fish are getting much more comfortable now. I don't have to go all the way inside. I don't have to even walk all the way away from the pond now to get them to eat the food.
Nice.
I can just kind of step back like 5 to 10 feet, and then they'll start going after it. And I've been thinking about potentially adding a few more goldfish, but it's like every time I go to Pet Supplies Plus and look in the goldfish tanks, like, because I want to get mostly white ones. That's just what I'm going for. I just want all goldfish that are mostly white. It's like all the goldfish just look sick and gross. And I haven't gone to the Petco to see if they're any better, but it's like they're all feeder fish or whatever, and I don't want to buy any more feeder fish. And
I'll be there Monday.
I've been thinking about maybe going back out to Ponds Plus,
yes,
and seeing if they have a couple more white ones. But I don't want to necessarily also spend that much for more goldfish. But then again, if you want them to be healthy and happy and be good goldfish that aren't going to just be full of worms and disease, I guess you got to spend a little bit more. So.
I'll pay attention to the ones that are at our Petco. I'll be there Monday. I'll pay attention to them and I'll let you know how they look.
Okay.
If they got sunken bellies or torn up fins or anything, I'll just be like, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My urine. No, he told me it was okay.
Piss in your tanks, people. Don't do that.
You can do that to get it cycled.
I will say in my experience with Seachem Flourish, I'm not happy so far. I was dosing double the amount, and the Java Fern really took a hit. Can't you burn your plants with too much fertilizer?
Yeah.
I don't know if double would do it. I feel like almost like quadrupling would probably burn them out, but I don't know. That's just where my brain went. I was like, maybe some plants don't like too much fertilizer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Very much so. Oh, okay, cool. See, I'm not dumb. My brain's in the right place.
Yep. That's why, you really shouldn't urinate on your nice plants.
Yeah.
Like if you have to go somewhere, go on like a tree or something like that.
Stop peeing on your plants, geek.
Yeah. But don't go on your nice plants because yes, plants can absorb ammonia and all that stuff, but having it, straight on it or whatever is not necessarily what it's looking for.
Bunny. We're doing
Blah,
good. We're
blah,
just
blah.
we're just talking. We're just chatting. I was gonna say we're gabbing, but we're not because I do that on. I'm supposed to do that on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Not on Saturdays. That's a Wednesday thing. He's supposed to. I haven't in the last 2 weeks.
One of the customers that I serviced on Friday, that wasn't mine. They had they invited me to come inside, but really they kind of more needed me to. As a guy with a wheelchair and stuff, and so he wanted me to bring all of his frozen food inside for him and put it in the deep freeze. Luckily, he said, it's like, I don't even have to sort it out. He's like, just put the bags right in the deep freeze and they'll take care of it. It's just like, right on. But as I was kind of walking back towards the door, I saw that he had an African gray. And he had a female and said that she wasn't like, super, vocal and wordy and all that stuff. Just kind of mostly just makes noise. And I was like, yeah, it's just kind of more how females are versus the males. But it was really cool. I don't think I had ever actually seen an African gray in person other than maybe one time at like a zoo or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. But it was really cool. And I thought of Bunny Viper with hers.
GRB, hello.
Osmocote. Yeah. You can use Osmocote as like a slow release fertilizer in like the soil. I wouldn't recommend just putting little droplets in your like floating in your tank because it will float. And I wouldn't recommend putting it in like your filter or whatever either. I don't think it'd be best to put in like the water column. But yeah, if you can like get the little Osmocote and you can like put that in like a root tab or something like that. Like there's different ways you can use these tablets in your fish tank. You can make your own like root tabs in so many different ways. Like the way I've been doing and thinking about doing it, and well, I have done it or whatever as well, is using the father fish stuff as like a root tab. And but yeah, you can use like Osmocote and get some other like little pellet powder, fertilizer and stuff like that, and just make your own little like fertilizer blend and make your own little root tabs. Lady R was trying to give away a pair of large goldfish she rescued not too long ago. Well, my pond is perfect for rescued goldfish. I'm not sure if she managed to. That's how I mainly stocked up my other pond. I started with like 4, I think, like little goldfish, and they all, well, I started with like 3 koi, and they all died like right away because I didn't like have my pond properly cycled or anything like that. And I went through that whole experience, but I got like 4 feeder goldfish after it was like cycled and good and ready to go. And those guys did really well. And then after that, I ended up getting a whole bunch of rescue goldfish. Like, I even ended up with like a black moor in there too.
Those are fun. Except a lot of times ponds have black bottoms, so you don't end up seeing them.
Well, exactly. I couldn't see it at all.
Yeah.
You just kind of like, you'd look and you could kind of see the surface bend a little bit when it was like trying to like eat the pellet and stuff. It's like, oh, there's the black moor. But yeah, you couldn't see it at all because
you almost need to have like a lighter
bottom.
color. I say you almost need to have like lighter color pebbles on the bottom, or at least in some sections.
Yeah, with the pond that I have now, I do have all like rocks, like lighter colored rocks and stuff, to where, that one might be interesting. Since I have already predominantly white fish, maybe get a couple black moors in there and have black and white fish.
There you go.
But the only problem with black moors and any other like goldfish like that is they swim a lot slower, and they just kind of they're not good against predators.
They're goofy, slow boys.
Yeah.
That's your second one.
Sure is.
Sure is. Are you gonna get Taco Bell after the stream? Oh no, you just had 2. Never mind.
You can.
I don't want to leave the house again. I already left the house.
DoorDash, even though it's expensive.
Yeah, I'm not
no, don't do that. Hey, hello. African days are fantastic. Tommy of Silver Creek and his wife Jordan are adopted Noah. So I couldn't have found her a more perfect home when I'm ready. They have given my fish the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew about that. Looks great.
It's gonna be so awesome.
My cockatiels are doing pretty good, even though they've been kind of like fighting a lot. But I think it's like related to like breeding behavior.
Yeah.
Because on one time they'll be like fighting, and then friggin' 5 minutes later, one or both of them will be in this like fluffy tube that's in their tank. It's like a triangular tube thing, and they'll be like making this like, I swear they're humping each other.
They're being explicit in their little tiki butt.
Yeah. So I really don't know if both are males, but I know at least one of them is.
Yeah.
I think both of them are. And I think they're sexually frustrated.
Aww.
And they're taking it out on each other as well in multiple ways.
Yeah. I can see that.
And had common goldfish breed past few summers in your pond. Not trying, just lucky to have adult breeders with tiny fish purchased years ago.
Yep. That's awesome. Free fish.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Oh, hello.
I don't know if any of you guys, I'm sure you guys have been, but I've been kind of lightly following a little bit of what Serpent Design's been doing recently with his really big like ecosystem pond, and just looking at like how he kind of created like the same sort of thing that I did, but he did it on a much larger scale and got all this crazy industrial equipment with like these big old cool rocks to build this giant like waterfall and all that stuff. And it's really cool. And all of his goldfish and stuff in there. He doesn't have any koi though. He just likes the goldfish. And but his pond has been like taken over by frogs. And so it's just like that's pretty cool. And he has all these different frogs. And I don't know if we get any spring peepers here in Missouri at all, but it would be cool to attract some spring peepers. I know I got some bullfrog tadpoles in my pond, and I know there's a bunch of tree frogs all around here, but I've never heard any spring peepers. Those would be cool.
Is that like Matt? Sorry. I said, is that like
peeper?
Matt? A peeper? It only comes out in spring?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to be fun.
Peeper, like with a P.
Oh.
They're they only come out in spring, and they're really cool little frogs, and they get the really big chin.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, these guys are great. They're teeny tiny, and they get the really big chin.
Oh my gosh. So freaking cute. Oh my gosh, we got in this Mandarin Dragonette at work. It's legit like half the size of my pinky nail. It is legit this big. It is.
Oh my goodness.
It's a aquacultured one, and it's already eating frozen brine, but it's the tiniest. I just get the word like my coworker showed it to me earlier, and every time I walk past the tank, I get such bad cute aggression just saying it. I'm just like, I just need to punch something. It's so freaking cute. The cute aggression is real.
Don't let me, I can die.
Squish something. My brain can't handle it.
I am the last stages is shutting my fish room completely down. You're in the last stages of shutting. Huh.
Aw, sorry, James.
You know, I've been kind of thinking about the same sort of thing.
Downsizing.
Yeah. Getting rid of some of these tanks. And then kind of reorganizing my fish room. And then I did just get this like 29-gallon log. And I still want to set it up. Because I want to have a fish tank in my room again that is like actively going. And so I want to set that up. We have spring peepers in Oklahoma. Surely they're in Missouri. Yeah, they probably are. I just probably don't have them anywhere near where I am, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. It requires going outside, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you see the color difference between us? He goes outside, I don't.
I try and get her to go
out. When I was a kid, me and my brother got like a tadpole raising kit, and I don't think they were bullfrog tadpoles, but I think they were like the leopard frogs or something that are a little bit larger, but not like bullfrogs, but it was like a tropical surfing, like I want to see if I can find a picture of it. Tadpole kit, like surfboard. I want to see. Oh my God, there it is. So this thing right here, I had this. And apparently this is a kit to raise tadpoles in. You would put water in where the water kit was with the surfboard. And like they would use the surfboard or whatever as like a lily pad on like their little water pond. And then they had the land area. And you had this whole dome that you could put over them so that the frogs couldn't like escape or anything like that. And gosh, it cost $50 or whatever. Jeez.
That's weird. I've never seen that before. That's interesting.
But I had this as a kid. And so we raised tadpoles in there. And then when they got so big and became frogs, we eventually let them loose in our yard. And, who knows what happened to them after that.
How big is that? Is it like a foot? Is it like... Okay.
I want to say probably a foot and a half.
Yeah. So the picture makes it look tiny.
Yeah, for sure.
It almost looked like a Polly Pocket. like it was this big.
It's not that tiny. But it was kind of, it's the same era, as like Polly Pocket and all that stuff. So it's the same sort of like little design. So yeah, it kind of looks like that. But it was an extra large Polly Pocket for frogs.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So, but yeah, I'm really happy I was able to find a picture of exactly what I had, because that's what it was. And I think we just, if I remember right, I think we just like ordered tadpoles in the mail. Like, I don't remember if this was this might have been before emails. Like, I think we physically sent a letter in the mail to some place saying like, we have this kit and whatever else, send us tadpoles. And then they sent us a box of tadpoles in the mail.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm sorry.
Because I know we didn't go out and catch tadpoles. I just remember I had tadpoles. So I don't know, maybe they got it from Belt's Aquarium or something. I don't know. Because Belt's used to be the most awesome place.
Yeah.
I have 4 Western Australian banjo frogs. They're cool, adorable, little chubby land-dwelling frogs with big round eyes. Western banjo frog.
Yes, Google it. I need a picture. Thank you, Nano.
I've seen these guys before.
Oh, hello. Oh my god! Look at that chunky boy.
I wonder if maybe that's what it was, but I think they might have been. Yeah, the northern leopard frog. That's what we raised.
Bunny says, one day I saw a stick pointing out of one of my tadpole's gills. It was a finger. Eventually, the hand and arm grew out from under the gill, and then the gill sealed off around the leg. It was trippy. That's terrifying.
They have it in a little cup, and I'm pretty sure this is what we got in the mail. Was 2 little cups of leopard frog tadpoles, just like that.
They are super cute.
See, one of my bullfrog tadpoles has full legs now. I need to get a video of it.
Yes, you do. I know my cowlick is like being weird. Like
My,
it's sticking out.
My headphones hide the worst part of my hair, which is my like double cowlick hairspin mohawky thing that
The
happens.
beard is
like,
fine. Don't worry.
That's what a hat's for.
You know what?
Or just a little bit of product, you know. Also,
It's
in
not-
another tank, I have a trio of Western Australian motorbike frogs. Their call sounds like a motorbike accelerating through the gears. Ha! Nice.
Oh.
I've seen various tadpoles of different types for sale on Amazon and eBay. Yeah, I've thought about like selling freaking green tree frog tadpoles online before, because I had like so many of them in my different little tubs and stuff outside. I was just like, you know,
I didn't think. I don't know. I guess I never thought about looking for live things on Amazon. I guess in
you
my
can
brain,
sell
I just thought
everything
it wasn't
on
allowed.
eBay.
Huh?
eBay.
You can sell everything on eBay.
Right, but on
eBay.
on Amazon and eBay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
But she might have just been saying like on online stores or whatever in
Gotcha.
general. But motorbike frogs, I gotta look that up.
Yeah. Do they have little leather coats? I hope so.
That'd be awesome, but no, they don't. Oh, that's a really cool like pattern.
Which gang is on, like, what patch do they have on their back? Oh, they're cute.
Yeah.
Looks like they have road rash. Oh my god, Dino guy.
It's just different colors of them. Or probably their skin kind of changes based off of, you know, camouflage and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at him.
Now I want to hear what it sounds like, though. So.
Yeah. Bing.
Make sure it's showy. Okay.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Little leather jackets.
Those are so cool.
Oh, that's great. There's been these white dumpy tree frogs at Pet Supplies Plus that I've been thinking about getting before. You know, whenever my gecko finally kicks the dust or whatever, I might get these white dumpy tree frogs because their guys are awesome, and they get pretty large as well, and they can actually be they're one of the few frogs that can actually be handled. And there's this guy that makes this whole channel about Dumpy, and he uses special camera angles to make her look huge.
Yeah, force
Even
perspective.
though they're actually, you know, about 5 inches or so at the largest size. But they're really, really cool. Most tree frogs and stuff you can't really handle. They're one, just too jumpy, and two, they have just really sensitive skin and stuff like that. So you just really shouldn't handle them. You know, their skin can tear easily, and then they absorb a lot of stuff through their skin as well. They breathe through their skin and all that. So the oils and the different things in your hands and whatever, they can just be damaging to them. Whereas apparently the white dumpy tree frog can be handled more. Like, I guess they got thicker skin or something. I don't really know, but that's just what I've heard, is you can actually handle them. Barking tree frogs are great too.
But I wouldn't want barking in the house. And I was thinking about that with those what were those frogs called? Little motorbike frogs. I was like, I'm gonna be dreaming of racing motorcycles or cars all night with those going.
Yep. Yeah, see, that is the one thing. Even though, yeah, we're actually a little over now, real quick, is frogs would be great, but they also make a lot of noise, and so I don't think I want frogs inside my house.
Yeah.
Because I like my sleep. And my birds are quiet at night. They like their sleep too. Whereas frogs are just like, all right, it's dark, let's go.
Where them bitches at?
Yeah, right. Well, anyway, guys, that's it for this one. If you missed stuff about me talking about the concert, definitely go back, rewind back to the near beginning, and if you didn't miss all that, hey, awesome. And if you're watching on the replay and you made it all the way to the end, you're awesome too. So thank you guys. And
Thanks, Whip.
We'll catch you next week on another awesome episode of Fish Friends. So see ya.
Bye.
Bye. So long. And thanks for the fish.